It's just about 10:40 on a beautiful day here in Lamar, Texas. I'm excited to have a guest in studio. I'm going to kick this on the FM, and then we're going to get him introduced and find out everything that he has going on. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. My name is Gardy, and I have a guest that's in studio. I'm going to let him introduce himself. We're going to find out everything that he has going on. Good morning. How you doing?
What's going on, Gardy, man? It's your boy, KD. So most people know me as Keith Davis, but a lot of people know me as KD. So you can call me either. Keith, KD, whatever you want.
Yeah, and so that's how your social media handle, too, if somebody wants to follow you as well.
Yeah, you can follow me at the.real.k.d. I know it's a lot of dots in there, but it's the only way I can get it up. So the real KD, pretty much. When you type that in, you'll be able to find me. It's not hard.
Yeah. All right. So you brought me a shirt, and I see you got one on. What does that mean? Take the fight. What you got?
Yeah. So this is my apparel brand that we actually just started this year, and it was crazy how we started it, man. I'll just get straight to it. How the brand started. So I was actually on my way to my first fight back in October, end of October, and there was a lot of things going on, man, before the fight, and I'm real embarrassed to say it. I was gonna back out the fight. For a couple reasons, personal and some weight issues, too. I was a couple pounds off from making weight. And we're on the way there. It's in Louisiana, driving from Houston. And one of my coaches, my striking coach, he was like, dude, stop being just take the fight.
Take the fight.
You know? And we were already talking about a clothing brand before this. And we kind of just looked at each other and we're like, bro, that's the name. Take the fight. You know, so we're asking around different fighters, you know, MMA fighters, boxing athletes. We're asking, like, dude, is this a good name? And I was like, bro, that's a dope name, you know, because it's something that's said all the time in MMA gyms, boxing gyms. You know, there's guys all the time talking about, oh, man, I don't know if I should take this fight. I don't know if I'm going to make weigh-ins. And you got that other person like, dude, just take the fight, dude. Shut up. You know?
Yeah.
Stop crying. Stop complaining.
Yeah.
Know? But anyway, a deeper reason, the purpose of the brand is because how I resonated it, or how I'm going to resonate it with people, is all of us, we have a battle, you know, that we need to, you know, take initiative on, you know. Everybody's going through a fight every single day. You know, I talk about, you know, people at their jobs. They're going through fights at their jobs. They're going through fighting to get out the bed in the morning, you know. And obviously we talk about cage fighters and boxing athletes, you know. So I just say take the fight, man. Just take it. You know, whatever you got in front of you, just do it. You know, whatever challenge you got, whatever obstacle you got, there's gonna be stuff in the way, dude. Just do it. You know, man up, woman up, you know, get it done. Get it done.
Yeah, it's just like in life, in speaking outside of, you know, taking actual fight like MMA or boxing, it's like, what are you gonna quit to? Like, you're either gonna fight, keep working towards your goal, or lay down and what are you gonna quit to?
Right, because there's only, and it's a common quote, but there's only two pains, you know, the pain of actually getting it done, the work, taking the fight, or is a pain of regret, you know. So it's like, which one you want to go through?
Yeah.
You know? I don't want to live with regret, you know, so rather get it done, strap up, get it done.
Well, so you're a big guy, you're in shape, you know, you do some training as well. We'll talk about that. What do you walk around at weight wise?
All right, so man, it's hard, man. I love when I get this question. So right now I'm walking around at about 190. I fight at 170, so it's about a 20-pound cut. But it's crazy. Before this first fight, I was at about 210, so I had to cut like, what was that, 40 pounds?
Yeah.
In a couple months.
Yeah.
So about 190, 195.
Yeah. See, when I see people like you, that's why I know, like, I could never be a fighter, because like I walk around 190. I fight at 170. I'm like, no, it's just not the same. It's like, no, I'm not taking the fight. I love the shirt. I'll rep the brand, and I'll live that mantra in life, but I'm not taking a fight.
Yeah, the cut, it's very interesting, dude, because it's self-discipline, all self-discipline. And the reason why it was so easy for me is because I did bodybuilding before. And you cut for way longer in bodybuilding. Like you're cutting for like 16 weeks, man, you know, at a time. So you eat nothing but dried chicken and, you know, plain unseasoned rice. So it's not that hard for me.
Yeah. So with bodybuilding, that takes a lot of dedication. It's your life. Like eating, is it the gym? Is it eating? What all goes into it?
In bodybuilding? Man, it's both. It's the eating, it's the weights, it's the sleeping. That's a big thing. A lot of people know you got to sleep. In order to build muscle, you got to sleep. It's a whole different lifestyle, you know. It's similar to fighting. You know, I think that's why it was so easy for me to transition, because, I mean, you pretty much, you have a life, but You know, you got to sacrifice. You know, you can't go out and party as much. You can't stay up as late because you got to get up in the morning to train. You know, you got to watch what you eat, of course. So, yeah, it's a lot into it, man. It's dedication, for sure. A lot of dedication.
Yeah. And so now I know that you are a trainer as well. So do you train people that are doing competitions or just people who want to get in shape?
I used to train people who do competitions, like bodybuilding and men's physique, but now it's more of just weight loss, muscle building and toning, and general health. You know, so just, I don't like to say normal people because nobody's normal, you know, but anybody who just wants to get in shape, you know. And I've also been having a lot of guys lately coming to me for boxing training, striking, you know. So as I'm getting more and more into the sport, I've been having more people come to me, you know, requesting some sessions for striking. I had a couple people request some sessions for wrestling as well.
How's your jiu-jitsu?
It's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. I hate it.
What do you not like about it?
I like striking. I think because I love striking so much, when dudes want to go to the ground, I'm like, let's just stand up and do this, you know?
Yeah.
But I can tell you, man, jiu-jitsu and wrestling, you get way more gassed, winded, tired.
Yeah.
You know, while you're doing it. So.
Yeah. So I have friends that, you know, I play basketball or like I run or do some things, and then you go into a grappling situation. It's a different kind of cardio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would say, bro, 20 minutes of basketball is equivalent to about 3 minutes of jiu-jitsu. Literally, you know, you get way tired. And I didn't notice my first week of training jiu-jitsu, I just went in. I'm like, dude, let's go. Let's get it. And the first round of rolling, all the black belts are looking at me like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
Like, no, man, let's go. I'm ready. And halfway through the session, I'm like, gassed, bro. Like, almost ready to throw up. They're like, dude, I told you, man, it's technique.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you do a couple 3 to 5 minute rounds, and I mean you're a strong guy, but like even if you're rolling with somebody, even like a real world situation, like you can potentially get gassed out. Your muscles are tired, and then it's like who conserved energy?
Right. So it was crazy in my fight. I'm like walking around the cage, you can hear people. It's so fun, dude. Adrenaline is great. But you can hear the crowd. They're like talking trash. Some people rooting for you. Some people talking trash. I hear one guy say, I see him with all those muscles. He's going to get gassed. Verbatim, he said it. He like yelled it out. And I'm like, shut up, because I knew it. I knew it. I was like, dude, shut up. You know, but it's a challenge, man, especially with all the muscle that I do have. I've lost a lot. But all the muscle I do have, man, rolling, jiu-jitsu, it's a challenge. You got to definitely stay conditioned. Definitely. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Awesome. Sure. So what kind of goals do you have going forward?
For fighting?
For fighting.
Oh, man. So I definitely want to go pro in 2023. And we'll see where it goes, man. My first goal is to go pro. You know, a lot of people telling me to go all the way up to I can get to the Contender Series. But, hey, man, we'll see, man.
Yeah.
The goal is pro because I know that's going to take me in a lot of different directions. You know, like I said, I got the clothing brand I'm working on. I got my training I'm working on. I got a couple things I'm working on as well. But, hey, man, we'll take it as far as it goes.
Yeah, and when we've talked in the past, we talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about, like, business, streams of income. It looks like, I mean, you're still on that grind, huh?
Always, dude, always. Yeah, so this is the thing. Since we've talked, I've had a lot of transitions, man. I've actually was working corporate for a couple years as a finance manager. And for about 3 years straight, man, 3 years. It's been a while since I saw you, dude. Actually,
I was trying to think about that. Yeah. Pastor Hallam walked in. He was like, "Hey, what do you got going on?" I was telling him, I'm talking to a gentleman, and I was like, "We talked, you know, I've talked to Keith before." Yeah. But I was like, "How long ago was that?"
This was probably, I want to say, back in 2018.
Yeah.
2019, 2018.
It might have been 2018. I was like, it's a long time. It's a couple years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, man. So yeah, but since then, I was still training. Then I started working corporate. I was working for a car dealership as a finance manager for a couple years, but now I'm back to training. We got a print company. We do prints for schools and churches. Their shirts, hoodies, bags, and stuff. And then I got the brand going on. So
yeah. So back then, if that was 2018, were you just weightlifting? Were you training striking back then as well?
No, not at all. Crazy stuff, man. I just started taking it serious this year, striking, back in May or June. But back then, dude, I was just doing bodybuilding. I was just lifting, just lifting weights, training, doing competitions. Yeah, that's it.
So what got you into that?
Fighting?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
Well, I mean, you're at the gym, and sometimes gyms will have bags. You're kind of just hitting it. It's like, hey, this is good
so
cardio.
I never wanted to touch the bags at the gyms. I never touched them. You know, I don't know why. I just never touched them. I never even went over there. But I've actually, this how I got a fight actually. I went to jiu-jitsu at Gracie Bar.
Which one?
Texas, Gracie Bar, Webster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went over there just for self-defense, man, because I was like, dude, I'm this big. I don't want to get dropped being this big. It's embarrassing. So I was like, let me go run some self-defense. So, but I don't want to hurt anybody. So that's like, jiu-jitsu is great. You can really, put somebody in check without actually hurting them. So I was like, cool, let's try it out. Then it started getting fun, and then I started going to MMA gym just for self-defense. And then the coach there, Ray Trujillo, he's like, hey, man, you want to take a fight? I'm like, sure. He's like, but you got to cut like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's do it. So that's when it started.
Mm-hmm.
So it was actually all off of impulse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I love it.
Just like take the challenge, take the fight.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Like, oh, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. He was just like, hey, he just walked up to me. I was hitting the back. He's like, you want to take a fight? I'm like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
He's like, but you can't fight at 210, dude. You got to cut some weight. I was like, how much? He's like, 30, 40 pounds, you'll be good.
Do you think people should fight at their walk-around weight instead of cutting?
That's a good question.
I don't know the answer either. I'm just thinking, I know a lot of people, a lot of fights are called off because of it.
Yeah.
Because like,
there's actually guys who lose their belts because of it.
Right.
Get their belt stripped. So, yeah, that's a negative side. But I do see some guys that are very successful with cutting 20, 30 pounds because they bring the strength with them, Like Alex Pereira is a good example. That dude walks around at 220, 230, but he fights at 185. And you can tell he brings the strength with him.
Yeah.
He's
just massive in there.
Just massive, But then I do see it hurts some guys in the long run, because they end up trying to cut 20 pounds and then don't make it, day before the show or that night. So,
yeah.
It depends, man. It really depends. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Well, then you also see as some of the people get older, or like Connor, he's not in the pool, or I don't even know if he's rumored. He's rumored to fight people all the time. Everybody wants to fight him for the money.
He's coming back.
Yeah, but usually he's like, I'd rather fight at 170, instead of 145 left. 155. Once as they get older, they kind of transition.
Well, I know it's harder to cut weight as you get older, so that makes more sense. You probably want to fight at your walk-around weight as you get older.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, even now, dude, when I was 20, I'm 31 now. When I was 20, it was much easier to lose weight, a lot easier. I didn't really have to change my diet to lose weight. I just had to run around and stuff, But now I really got to stop eating sweets and stuff.
Yeah, going back to the training side, do you, I guess, handle clients that are different? If you have like a 20-year-old versus like a 40, 50-year-old, if you're trying to they want to lose weight or get in shape?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We really have to, so every client gets an evaluation, okay, top to bottom. We're going to find out your upper body strength, lower body strength, how flexible you are, whether or not you have injuries. So obviously the older you are, the more injuries you might have. So we really want to pay attention to the older clients, got to be a little bit more careful. Somebody, not saying we're not careful with our 21-year-olds, but,
they bounce back.
They're adorable, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. They break a finger, come back the next day. It's like whatever. Yeah.
And then even going even younger, like I have a 2-year-old, and he's like, I'm like, chill out. Like, he's jumping off the couch, doing all this stuff. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah, their bones are made of rubber.
Exactly.
Age,
they just like bounces back up.
Yeah, they don't get hurt. Like I tell my girl when the kids, like they fall, I'm like, dude, let them get up. He's a kid.
They'll be okay. Yeah. They'll cry for a little bit, but they're really okay.
Yeah, they'll think it's cool after a while, Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different.
Awesome. Hey, if you're just joining us, talking to KD, the real KD, you can follow him on social media and find out everything that he has going on. So before we went on, we were talking a little bit about what do you have coming up, like fight-wise. Is there any plans in the future next year? You want to potentially go pro, right?
Yeah. So I got my first fight of 2023. It's going to be on February 18th at Lee College. That's the date right now. It might be a little bit later, but it's going to be the 18th as of right now. It's supposed to be a really big event. So I'll be fighting MMA. I think I'm fighting at 170. So I was going to fight at 155. Which is nuts.
When was the last time you weighed 155?
High school.
High school?
Yeah. Freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been 155 in forever, dude. I don't even know how that's going to look.
Yeah.
I felt small at 170. But, I'll be fighting at 170. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but the last guy, so my last fight, I did not win. I lost by decision. Got all the way to the end, lost by decision by like a point. The guy was a phenomenal wrestler. So I actually got it set up. I'm getting a rematch.
Same guy.
Same guy. Yeah.
How you handling it differently?
My conditioning, you know. That was my first fight. I wasn't ready conditioning-wise. I thought I was. I was running like 3 miles a day, and that's not even enough, not even half enough. So I'll be a lot more conditioned. My wrestling will be a lot better. Striking's always on point. It's my wrestling and conditioning that we're definitely going to work on going into this fight. So
yeah,
we'll be ready.
Yeah. The other guy, does he have a lot of tape? You watch any of that?
I watch our old fight.
Okay.
And he's actually taken a couple fights since then.
Mm-hmm.
He took a fight just recently. I think he lost, and I think he has another fight in a week or so. So I'll be stalking him.
Hey, live on pay-per-view. It's like
Yeah.
support the cause. Like,
Yeah.
watch this, eat popcorn.
Yeah, I'll definitely
Maybe not
be
popcorn.
watching it. Yeah, right. No, I'll definitely be watching his next fight, scouting him out, stalking him a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, getting ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot to put on a card. You know, we've had the opportunity to work with some different promotions and do some things, but it's a lot. These guys are investing a lot of money, sometimes losing a lot of money to put on these cards, but they have a passion for it.
Yeah.
I've seen the same thing in pro wrestling, like local regional stuff and boxing, MMA, and just different events, but they got to have a love for it.
It's a lot that goes into it, man. Like, I got to see that my first show. Like, we got there a little bit early at the card in Louisiana. It's a BFC card. We got there a little bit early, and we watched the setup, and people stressing out, going crazy, you know, running around, and it made out a great event. You know?
Yeah.
A phenomenal event, actually. So, yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, man. A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me appreciate even like these, you know, the more established, I think of like Fury and some of those cards, but they put in their dues doing it for however many years, and you show up as a fan or to watch, you know, your fan or whatever to watch a fight, and it's like, hey, this is flawless, and people have a good time.
Yeah. All the fights I've been to this year, it's been a couple. They've been great fights, great promotions. You know, they always turn out real good.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. You know, outside of the brand that you're starting, is there any other plans, any other business things you have going?
Yeah, like I said, we got a print company. So we work with local businesses, schools, churches, and we just print their shirts. You know? So like if like the church had an event that they needed shirts for, you know, like community event or spirit event or fundraiser or women's ministry, and they need a bunch of shirts, you know.
Churches and schools, they always need merch and stuff.
They're always doing something. You
Yeah.
know? So that's why we picked that niche to go with, because there's always something going on. You know?
Yeah.
And they're a lot easier to work with than other industries and companies. Yeah. Easier to work
and
with.
usually they need a lot. It's like, hey, we need 200 shirts.
Yeah, and it's always a lot, because always a lot of kids or the staff. So the normal order is like no less than 100 shirts.
Yeah.
You know, because they got to take care of all the kids, you know, and the staff needs shirts too, and they need leftovers just to sell, just in case. You know?
If you want, are you cool to talk like numbers, I guess, like cost wise? If somebody wanted like, okay, I want to get 100 shirts, you know, one color ink, black, you know, what is that going to run somebody?
So let's say you want like 100 shirts, one color, dark on black. And if, granted, we don't have to create the design, which is not that big of a deal.
If they have a logo.
Yeah, if they already have a logo and the design ready, I would say, about $10 a shirt? So about $1,000.
Okay.
You know, give or take, depending on how quick you want it done.
Yeah. Hey, I'll say this a lot. People want us like, hey, can this be done tomorrow? It's like, okay, I got a queue or whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, we move pretty fast, you know. That's the advantage you have working with us over other companies. I know some companies, I've heard the stories. You know, some of these schools, they'll be like, dude, we just need somebody quick. We'll pay you whatever.
Yeah.
Because they'll order a shirt, like, let's say October 1st, and they need it for the 15th, but they don't get it until the 17th.
Yeah.
You know, after the event's already done.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, just get it done. Like, it's not hard to make 100 shirts with good quality, man. You just got to go in there, put the work in, get it done, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grind it out. Yeah.
What's your favorite type of shirt? Like, I guess like I mean, they make, if we're talking shirts, I'm just saying, like, they know they have like all the cotton 50-50.
Yeah,
like all
I like
things.
so there's a brand of shirts.
Yeah.
Bella Canvas.
Okay.
That's the best shirts to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, for anybody who's thinking about like getting shirts made for their company, go with Bella Canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're phenomenal shirts.
Let me see. I make sure I wear one. I always wear. So this is a brand called Comfort Colors. Have you? That's just what they do. They make shirts, and like whatever it is, like I found the fit. I like the fit.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like I have like 5 to 10 of this exact same shirts. Like
That's
this
a
is a
nice shirt.
KHEA radio one, and
Yeah.
actually we just got it printed, and then my wife tie-dyed it, and then I've just worn it.
That's
I
a
have
nice
like a couple tie-dyed ones.
Oh, your
and
wife
she-
did the tie dye.
My wife did the tie-dye.
Okay, nice.
But it was a
dope.
black shirt. It was a black shirt. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Bella Canvas, that's probably the best shirt brand to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of brands that use Bella Canvas
Mhm.
because it's great quality.
But that's something you don't think about because like your shirt, you put it on,
Mm-hmm.
and it may become somebody's favorite shirt just based on how
How
it
it-
feels.
Dude, I have shirts that if I wore, you'd be like, but I like how it feels. It's comfortable. I can wash it 1,000 times and it never shrinks or it never, messes up. Quality's still good. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't even really like how it looks. I just like how it feels. Yeah.
See, that's what I got some rash guards made,
Yeah.
and I put my, a brand on there or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I was pretty much, I'm selling them for cost at what I got because I was like, hey, this is marketing for me, kind of pays my money back.
Right.
But I made sure it was one that I had gotten from it was a promotion,
Mhm.
and it became my favorite rash guard
Mm-hmm.
just based on how it fit, how it felt.
Right.
And so now, like, everybody's like, dude, it's become my favorite rash guard, and they're rocking, my brand,
Yeah.
on it. And it's just, it's all about that. It's like, it could say anything on it.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, man, how it feels, how it fits. Like I have a lot of shorts that I wear,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just the style of shorts,
Yeah.
just the material, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's actually the brand I went with for my t-shirts, the Bella Canvas, because I've been wearing them Bella Canvas for a while. I was like, dude, man, Bella Canvas is the best. Also, Tooltex too.
Oh, I haven't heard of them.
Tooltex is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. They make good fitted shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good fitted shirts. And actually, another thing, we actually have some pop-up shops coming up
Cool.
this month. Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of those. Man.
Hey, and Chris, with
Yeah.
this time of the year,
yeah.
like there's a lot of, pop-up market, different things where there's opportunities.
Yeah, it's a lot of like the Christmas markets and everything. So we got some in Kemah coming up, some in Greater Houston. I got another one scheduled in Texas City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just popping up, selling the brand, selling the apparel.
Yeah.
One of them is an art show actually on the 9th, this Friday. It's a real big art show on Washington Street,
Okay.
downtown.
Mhm.
It's going to be a real big one.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be there for sure.
So, like, outside of the shirt, are you going to be moving into other apparel or?
Yeah, so we got hoodies as well. We got hoodies of this style and another design, and we're gonna have everything. We're gonna have sweats, shorts, everything, anything and everything you think of clothing wise. Not everything.
Yeah.
Windbreakers. I'm gonna do some Letterman jackets too. Also later, I'm gonna do some boxing equipment. as
Yeah.
well. So MMA gloves, shin guards, hand wraps, mouth guards. Just all my favorite pieces of equipment. We're gonna do sparring sets. But that's later down the line. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, later down the line.
I like it.
Yeah.
So Take the Fight. If somebody wants to keep up with that, do you have a specific social media for that, or they just follow you?
Yes. So you can follow me. Is the.real.k.d. Also, the Take the Fight Instagram is at Just Take the Fight. Okay, at Just Take the Fight. You can go to justtakethefight.com to put in your order. And actually, everybody listening or watching this, you can use a discount code right now and get 20% off. The discount code is GIFT21, GIFT 21, and they'll get you 20% off your whole order.
Sweet.
All right, it's justtakethefight.com. Justtakethefight.com, and that's actually the Instagram page too. Just Take the Fight.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, we got a YouTube too.
What is it?
Just Take the Fight.
Just Take the Fight.
Yeah, it's all Take the Fight.
Yeah, you put out a lot of content. You go
Yeah.
live, do Q&As,
Mhm.
all kinds of things on social media.
Yeah, I try to go live every day. I try to do it around the same time, around 10 a.m. every day.
Mhm.
Sometimes at 10:30, sometimes at 11, depending on my schedule. But I try to go live every day. And what that's for, I realized just to keep my followers engaged. People have questions every day, all day, but they're kind of hesitant to DM you
Right.
and ask them. They don't want to feel like they're imposing and interrupting or bothering you. Because I get all the time, they'll message me and they'll say, hey, I don't mean to bother, or I don't want to bother you, or don't want to interrupt your day. I'm like, oh, it's a DM.
Yeah.
It's not interrupting my day. So I do the lives just to make it more formal, to title it question and answer so people can openly ask questions. Also, a lot of these questions are frequently asked. Other people want to hear the answer too. They just don't know that they need to know.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody asks the questions, I'll pin the question so everybody can see it and answer them.
Yeah.
I get special requests for YouTube videos, so I'll make a YouTube video regarding, whatever people want to know, like a good 7 to 10 minute video, just to keep, people engaged, just to be more informative.
Yeah. And you have quite a few followers.
Yeah.
How do you amass that? Just from putting out consistent content?
Yeah. You gotta.
Well, you're a good-looking guy and you're pretty strong. So like, here's my workout routine.
So I just got back on social media last November, around this time last year, and around January I had got up to like 1,000 followers. So I was like, man, I want more. Everybody wants more followers. So I want more followers. So I posted a reel. It was just one reel. You know the reels, right? Mm-hmm. A reel. It's like 15 seconds. I was in the gym. And then my Instagram just went off. It just went crazy, So I was like, hey, I should just keep posting. So I would post like 2 or 3 reels every day of me being in the gym, and it just grew.
Is that the sweet spot? I always, like, I don't know. Like, the algorithms change. Like, how many, I posted one. Do I wait a little bit?
So the reels, I say when you're small, post as much as you can, Because a lot of people think that, and this is like a social media tip, a lot of people think that, like, everybody sees your stuff, so they're like hesitant. I don't want to post this.
Yeah.
Nobody sees it. Not as much as you think. Social media is so big that you can post something. Literally, you can post 100 videos a day, and there'll be people who will never see them at all. And people you want to see them, they'll just never see them. Social media is so busy. It's so distracting. There's just so much stuff going on between ads and promos and all this stuff. So I just tell people, dude, just post. Post content, as much as you can. Obviously you want to post quality content, but just post content, So reels is definitely the sweet spot, I'd say morning, afternoon, and evening.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, sometimes when I'll go in and look, and it'll be like, hey, your followers or whatever are this active, like at this time. It shows, it'll even tell you, it's like, oh, you post this time, maybe more would be prone to see it, or at least on their phone.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to think about it like more.
When you wake up,
more
people scroll their phone.
Yeah, more. Just think about yourself. When you wake up, what are you doing? You're on your phone. When you get off work, some people, they can't even touch their phones at work. So when they get off work, social media is like a breather. Okay, let me scroll, man. So it's like the gym. We know that Monday through Wednesday,
the busy time
from 5 to 9, the gym is packed.
Yeah.
So if you want to go pick up a chick or, go meet some people, you go to the gym at that time. Same thing with social media. You got to just think about the times. Like on Sundays, most people won't be on social media early in the morning on Sundays because they're either at church or waking up from Saturday night. Mm-hmm. So you got to know it won't be as busy at that time. Yeah. So
on ours, it looks like it's around lunchtime, like at least. That's the high point, because like you said, people either if they're at school, if they're like in college or whatever,
and also your demographic too. So like if most of your followers are gym rats, gym rats are usually on their phone while they're at the gym between 5 and 9. Everybody's posting, everybody's scrolling, everybody's on their phone, everybody's off work. So that's like the hot spot. I get a lot more views and engagement between 5 and 10 p.m. on weekdays.
Yeah.
Than I would get at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you, do you have goals for social media? I know you're getting like you said, hey, I just started it again, getting your followers up. What kind of goals you got?
I got, for my YouTube, I got to get to, YouTube, I got like 860 subscribers. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. And by the end of next year, I want to be at least 10,000.
Yeah.
Instagram, I want to be at 200,000 by the end of next year.
That's awesome. The YouTube is where the money. I mean, there's money all over social media, but YouTube money.
YouTube is where it's at. Once you cross 1,000 subscribers and things starts to change,
you can. I think you can monetize.
You can start monetizing it and everything. I mean, you can still sell and promote what you want on there, but YouTube will actually start compensating you once you get past it. Just like Instagram, Another thing, people ask me why I post so much, because Instagram, they help you out.
It's like they pay me to post. Yeah. You get views, keep people on the app, they give you money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you're helping them grow their app. You're getting people on the app. You're getting people staying on the app. You're getting people want to grow their page too. So, and result of that is people start paying for ads. Mm-hmm. That's how they make money. So they'll pay you to post.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So you coming from like the workout world, and with social media,
Hmm.
did you see? I'm sure you saw like the Liver King with his emails that were leaked, and he's like he had specific goals, like I want to get 1 million followers,
Right.
and then like he was on steroids or performance enhancing drugs or
Hmm.
whatever. I don't really know much about any of it, to be honest,
Hmm.
other than it worked for him, and I kind of like him, and I follow him. I'm like, hey, this is good stuff. What
Yeah.
do you think about the whole situation?
About the steroids?
Yeah, just about everything, I guess. Like, because he obviously was selling his supplements, and
Yeah.
people were saying he misled people by saying he was natural and just ate liver.
Yeah. Man, I think I was talking about this. Most, I don't even know if I'm exposing anything, but like most social media influencers, like the big dudes, they're all on steroids, man. You can't get to a certain level of physique without being on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think all the people who thought he wasn't on steroids, who thought he was just eating liver, they're not that experienced in fitness, which is okay. If you know, then you know. You can look at somebody. I can look at somebody and tell. I just, oh yeah, he's on it. It's just the vascularity is different. The skin looks different. But hey, man, teach his own. I wish he was more honest. Kind of blew up in his face, but hey.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna make him bigger because he's on the front of every fitness.
And that's
article.
the thing about media and social media now that actually helped him.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, like so when people get in trouble, it helps them now. It's like a marketing tool. Like how can I get in trouble?
Yeah, as long as it's not like with legal, but like in the court of public opinion, like he wrong. It's like, did he really do anything to you? Like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. As long as it's not something like illegal or very just unethical, then yeah, you misled a couple people. You told them you were eating liver. They found
Well, he
out
really
you
was
weren't.
eating liver. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It
he
was
was, but he wasn't only
Yeah.
eating liver. But yeah, I mean, it's like that's a lot of guys. I think Kanye West, his stock is just going through the roof because he keeps getting in trouble, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people are saying, well, he's not addicted, but it's like he's outdoing himself like every week.
Yeah.
And he's a smart guy.
No, he's a
Yeah.
very smart guy. Very resourceful, very smart guy. He knows what he's doing, man. That's why I say, like, people say a lot of celebrities, they stay in trouble. Or I was like, dude, they know what they're doing. It's all they have agencies, they have publicists, they have PRs. They tell them, hey, do this. It's gonna get you in trouble, but just hold tight. We'll bail you out. Just,
Yeah.
just hold tight. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think? You talk about your social media following, and I believe that you'll get there. I mean,
Mhm.
especially with how much you've grown,
Mhm.
even in this year alone.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever get to that point where listening to a publicist, listening to those people, or like even feeling like you needed them?
Yeah, I can see where it would be beneficial because I can tell you this. It's a difference from when you only have 1,200 followers to when you have, it's not that many people. When you have 12 million, you gotta
Yeah.
really watch what you say. When you say something only 100 people hear you, it's not that bad versus 100,000 people hear you. So I believe at some point I would need like a PR rep. to
Some
help me.
guidance.
Yeah, just some
Mhm.
guidance because I'm very impulsive, and most times I say what I think. So it'll come out, I need somebody like, hey, you sure you want to say that? I'm like, probably not.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie. I do not think about long-term consequences from some of the stuff that I say. Most times I just don't. It's not natural to think about that, as humans. That's why PR reps exist. You know what I mean? To look far in the future and say, hey, 6 months from now, will this still be okay for you to be, for this to be online, So I think even now, dude, at this point, I would probably need some help with that,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because I do have a lot of following.
Mhm.
It matters. All my posts matter.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie. I'll post something like 6 weeks ago. I'll do a live and I'll say something. Somebody will be like, "Hey, I thought you said this." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right." Yeah.
What are some of the most common questions you get, whether through DMs or just people reaching out for advice or anything?
One, you actually asked it. I don't think you asked it in the same way, but one of them is, why did I switch from bodybuilding to fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Or why did I start fighting? That's probably the most common question I get from my followers because they've seen my transition. They saw me bodybuilding, now they see me fighting, and they're like, dude, why'd you switch?
Yeah.
Because some people were following me and they wanted to get into bodybuilding because of me, and they're like, dude. And then I switched to fighting. They're like, dude, why'd you switch, man? I was about to start getting big and all jacked. Now I gotta fight now, you know. But the answer to that is fighting. This is how I look at fighting, and I always use this example. It's a real example. One of my bodybuilding competitions, I won second place. I'm not used to losing. I hate losing, but I won second place, and I lost this match. The guy that I was next to that I lost to, physique-wise, what it should have been judged on, honestly, I looked better than him. Everybody agreed. Everybody in the stands, my coach, everybody agreed. But they still declared him the winner. And the reason why I found out after the show was because, one, he was real close with the judges. He knew him. And two, he proposed to his girl at the end of the event as like this little big old thing.
Yeah.
So it was only right to make him the winner. You know what I mean? She probably would have said no if he had lost. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But they gave it to him, and I was mad, dude. I went to my coach. I was like, dude, what's up? He was like, yeah, man, I kind of knew that was going to happen. I was like, you knew? Like the whole time? He was like, bro, I mean, some stuff. I mean, I was hoping that they wouldn't, you know, but I kind of knew already. And so I look at that, and I'm like, man, that sucks, you know. You can lose because of politics. But with fighting, it's different. It's just cut and dry. If you got knocked out, they can't pick you up and say, well, we like you, you won. No, you got knocked out. It's over, you know. And it's really no excuses you can make. You can come up with reasons how you need to get better for the next fight, but you can't make excuses. You know? It's like the Izzy and Pereira fight we just watched, you know. It's like Izzy's just like,
what are you going to do? He was winning. He was winning the fight up until he wasn't.
So he could have been like, I was winning the whole fight and blah, blah. It's like, but you lost.
Yeah.
You know, you lost. It's just simple as that, you know. So it's not hard to – it's not a lot of arguments at the end of fighting matches, you know. Now, if somebody wins by decision, there's like a 1% chance that there's an argument behind that. But usually it's like, okay, we know who won.
Yeah.
She or he punched you more than you punched them.
Yeah. Sometimes, especially they have multiple judges. Usually it's like, hey, if one judge gets it wrong, that's why there's the other two or however it's set up.
Yeah. So, and then fighting, another reason why I switched is because fighting, it just takes more out of you. You know, it makes, I don't know, it's just more you have to do. You know, bodybuilding, you just lift weights, learn how to pose, and you get up there, put on a good show. But fighting, you're always thinking, you know, did I do enough? You know, should I have trained harder? You know, this guy beat me in sparring. You know, I got to get him tomorrow, you know, and it's just always something, dude, you know?
Yeah. Well, they have whole, you know, mindset coaches, you know, specifically in combat sports. I mean, they do work in other things too, but it's a lot.
Yeah. So when I was bodybuilding, it's not much that I had to put in mindset-wise. Of course, discipline is something. Consistency is a big deal. But fighting, I realized, dude, you asked my girl, I listened to tapes about war, you know, just to get me in that mind frame, you know, like I'm learning. It's a skill. It's an art, you know, so like you're learning about war. It's good to know about different, you know, war heroes, you know, like I'm learning stuff about Genghis Khan, you know, that in bodybuilding, I wouldn't have cared about Genghis Khan, you know, and the stuff he had to say in his quotes and stuff like that. But now I'm actually learning this stuff. I'm interested in this stuff, you know, so. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot in the fighting, man. It's more than just going up there and punching people around, dude.
Yeah. You know, what about for you, like mindset wise? You know, if you're going to be having a rematch with a guy that you fought with before, you know, hey, he won the decision. You know, it was close or whatever. Going into it, you know, mindset. How does that affect your mindset going into this one?
Being that I know exactly why I lost, you know, I know why I lost. I know what happened. I know. You know, where my downfalls and my weaknesses are. So I'm just working on those. You know, it's simple, man. It's simple. You know, me and my coaches agreed we should have won. We should have won in the first round. You know, so for me, it's about really not making mistakes. It's about doing more. You know, we don't feel like we did enough. You know, we didn't throw enough combos. We didn't throw enough strikes. We didn't throw enough kicks. You know, so next fight, we'll just have that killer instinct.
Who's your coach? You had said his name earlier.
Yeah, Ray Trujillo.
Ray Trujillo. I know him from somewhere. I know the name.
Yeah, he's very popular out here in Houston.
Okay.
At True Bloodline.
Okay.
He's fought in a lot of fights.
Okay.
He's fought for Fury in the past. Just fighting a lot of fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then next year, get through this fight, go pro.
Yeah. So
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So next year, I plan on taking about 6 fights.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I plan on fighting quite a bit. Once every 2 months, it's every 60 days. I plan on. I'm very durable, so my body can handle it. So I know a lot of people 6 fights is a lot. They only want to take like maybe 2 or 3 fights a year, but I think I can do 6. I probably can do more, but
yeah,
I'll go with 6. And by the end of the year, I'll take about 4 amateur fights, and then go pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's a for sure 2023. We're doing it. Yeah.
Cool.
100%.
Yeah. Would you ever transition back to bodybuilding?
No, not at all.
Why?
I don't want to be that big again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel good, Like, people come to me, like, the guys I used to bodybuild with, they're like, dude, you got small, man. You lost a lot of weight. I was like, but I feel better, I feel better.
As far as, like, your body and everything?
Yeah, health. When I was that big, I was, like, 210. I felt good, but I didn't feel as healthy as I feel now, and I didn't know until, like, now that I'm here, I feel really good. I can move around better, I got more agility, I can turn my body real fast without having to, it's just better. It's just a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I guess, like, even you're better at protecting, yourself or people around you as well.
Of course. Yeah, dude, I watched my old videos when I first started fighting, and I was 210, and I was trying to strike, hit mitts and stuff. It looked so slow, I was like, dude, I would fight me, I'll run up on me and hit me, dude, But now, like, it's a lot of confidence I have now, and in defending myself. Yeah, it's not, I'm a lot quicker now, a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, just like, because even still, bodybuilding, it's you against you. And in fighting, I guess, obviously you're in a cage or you're fighting with somebody else, but at the end of the day, it is you against yourself getting better than the day before.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the fighting, man. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's nonstop competition. Bodybuilding, you kind of just you versus you the whole time, and you don't really get to see real competition until the day of the event or the day of the bodybuilding show. Fighting, you're always competing. You're always rolling with somebody. You're always sparring. You're always challenging somebody else. So it's just nonstop competition. I think that's probably one of the best things I like about it is competition always. Because I went through bodybuilding, man. I'll go through weeks without even talking to somebody else. You know what I mean? It's just me in the gym, me and the weights, But in fighting, you have to engage with people. You have to compete. You have to find a sparring partner, You have to compete with somebody every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single day. You have to. That's the only way you get better.
Yeah. I want to ask you about this. I just thought about this gym. We're talking about social media and stuff, but I guess there's a gym here. It's called Alpha Land, and there's people that fly in from all over the country.
Right.
It's like it's become a famous gym. Like, you have to, if you're on social media and this is what you do. What do you think about any of that? Have you been?
I've been, but I've never worked out there. I've never actually got to work out there. But how I think about it, I think it's a great gym. It's a great spot. They did a good job at marketing to where you got people wanting to be there just to say that they were there and they took a picture there. Mind you, this gym that we're talking about, it doesn't have like any extravagant colors. It's not real flashy. It's a nice gym. And I think the walls are white with black writing, But just to say, hey, I was at Alpha Land, with the Alpha Land logo in the back, it gives you clout on social media.
I've seen local gym owners not work out at their gym, but go over there and post.
Exactly, yeah. So it's almost like if you took a picture with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
you went to
I would take a picture of Joe. It's like that.
Anybody would, and it's like you're gonna post it literally right after you take it. Like, hurry up and post this. They gotta see this. Let me tag them and everything. Yeah. I know Joe. You know, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
but no, it's a great gym. There are a few gyms that are becoming like that. Like there's this gym, Roman Empire. They're becoming kind of like that, where different influencers want to come in and say that they were there.
Yeah,
that they worked out there.
It looks nice. I haven't been. I used to work out at the Iron Den, which is right in front of it, and then I was like, "What's this massive gym behind the den?"
Yeah,
it's over there.
Yeah, it's a gym. I'm a member at that gym. I work out there. It's a great gym, and that's hard for me to say, dude, because I've been at so many gyms, and It's a really great gym. The setup is nice. The equipment is phenomenal. They got a lot of different variations of different machines.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours, so that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always good energy in there, man. The music's always blasting.
To have good lighting.
Great lighting.
Yeah.
Great. And you know that's a big deal. You got to have great lighting. Yeah, you go out of business now if you don't have great lighting.
Yeah, if you want people to post and pretty much advertise for your gym, you gotta give them opportunity, good lighting, good pictures.
You gotta, and that's what I'm seeing now at gyms. Like they're setting them up.
Selfie station.
Selfie stations,
yeah.
dude. You gotta do. I see that at restaurants now.
Yeah,
they got like rooms to where you can just take selfies in, literally just for selfies. Yeah, that's crazy. And you get a lot of traffic just for that, you know? Some people, that's what they do. They go to the gym just for selfies, or they go out to eat just for selfies. You know? So, yeah, that's a big deal.
You know, going back to Alpha Land a little bit, not only they have the gym, but I think he has like his clothing line, he has his energy drink, he has like all this Alpha Elite, just things that are all combined, which is pretty cool. It's in a little empire.
Yeah, it's a brand, you know, and that's what I think they did such a good job at it. They didn't just market it as a gym. It's an actual brand. You know, so if you like the gym, I mean, you'll wear the clothes too.
Yeah.
I think all gyms should have clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just helps you brand more. So people can not just look at you as a facility. They can look at you as like something they're a part of.
Yeah, and then it goes back to the fit. Make it become, this is my favorite shirt that I work out in. Not only I work out in it, I don't even work out anymore, but I'll still rock the shirt. You know, like that thing, it's my favorite shirt, my favorite pants, shorts, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So like I said, all gyms, all facilities, they should definitely have their own clothing brand for sure. It'll just help them out, help them grow.
And they got the guy right here.
Yeah,
help them make it happen. Right?
Yeah. I'll print your shirts. Get them out for you. Yeah, actually, when I was at that gym just recently, there's some trainers that were there, and they found out about my print shop, and I think they're gonna put in some orders, man. And that's the thing. Another thing I tell trainers: all trainers should have their own
marketing themselves.
Yes, 100%. It helps. It just helps so much. You know, it helps. You'll get clients quicker too when clients know that you're investing in yourself and you actually have a brand and you're not just a trainer trying to make money. You know, then they'll more than likely want to work with you.
If somebody's looking for a trainer, maybe they're watching this and they're not in Texas or they're somewhere far away, or maybe you do online coaching as well, but what kind of qualities should they look for to make sure that they're going to be a right fit with somebody trying to get in shape?
In a trainer? It all depends. Like if you're doing online, because I do online training as well. So if you're out of state or out of city, I can definitely help you out. But one of the things is the communication. You want to make sure it's somebody that you can have good communication with, like interaction and accountability, because that's the biggest thing behind it, man. Because literally, dude, you can go Google a meal plan. You can go Google a workout. But to actually have that communication, that one-on-one accountability to where you can email them or however their form of contact is, email, WhatsApp, phone call, text, whatever it is, to where you can contact them and they can, you know, hit you back with the answers or with the solution. That's the biggest thing, you know. And if you're looking for a trainer, you want to get somebody who shows consistency, you know. And it's not hard. Just look on their social media page. You know, if they're consistently in the gym, if they're consistently training clients, that's somebody you want to work with. Yeah. You know, I mean, everything's not on social media because some people don't post. But if you're a trainer, you're posting. You got to. You post. You got to. You know, it's just nature to post as a trainer, you know, because you're always in the gym, so you're going to show off your stuff. So a good quality to look at is consistency, you know, going through their stuff. Okay, this person's been training since 2020. You know, and I can see them getting better as well. You know, they're progressing themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to see, like, have they done it? Like, you know, you've competed. You know, like, be able to maintain that meal plan and the discipline to do it and help others, testimonials or whatever.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. You wanna get with somebody who's done something in fitness. You know, and they don't have to have won a bodybuilding show, but they've done something. They've gotten another client results. Because I'm not gonna lie, any other industry. Personal training is kind of saturated. It's a lot of personal trainers out there. A lot, you know. That doesn't mean there's a lot of good trainers out there, but there's a lot of trainers out there. So if you want to find a quality one, just go look them up. You know, go see what they've done. You know, go see what gyms they train at. You know, if they won a couple bodybuilding shows or physique shows, that's a plus too. You know, that means they know how to transform a body, you know, because they've done it themselves. And it takes a lot of patience and discipline to do that yourself. Trust me, it's a lot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, talking to Keith Davis. You can give him a follow on Instagram. It's at the.real.k.d. So it's the real KD. He's
The
in
real
studio
KD. Yes, sir.
here today. We're hanging out. Been talking about some things. Is there anything else that you want to share? You want to talk about?
Yeah. I don't know if we can talk about this. Do you like the UFC?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Who's my favorite fighter? I'm a big Brandon Moreno fan.
Brandon Moreno?
Yeah. Let me see. I like Adrian Yanez, the Houston Houston guy.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Better question. Who did you want to win out of Izzy and Alex Pereira?
I wanted Izzy to win.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Well, because, Alex coming in, and it would have just been like the poetic thing, but, he's the striker, he's the kickboxer, he's beaten him before. It came to the story, and then it just got squashed, the comeback story. But
yeah, so I've been telling people about this. I've watched Alex Pereira fight since Glory kickboxing, and I was like hyping him up when he came into the UFC. I was like, dude, this dude's gonna be the best. Everybody's like, who is this guy? I was like, dude, trust me. Watch his videos, dude. Watch his kickboxing videos. There's not a person who's like taking, that left hook he has. There's not one person who's taken that hit and not hit the ground. Not one. And I was telling people, I was like, all he has to do is hit Izzy one time with that hook, just one time. He may not drop him because Izzy has a strong chin, so he may not drop him, but he's going to stun him, and it might be close to the end. And, hey, man, you can ask my girl, dude, the whole fight, the whole 4 rounds, dude, I'm like laying on my side, like laying on the couch like, this sucks, man. I hate this. Because I'm like talking trash weeks before the fight. I'm like, Alex Pereira's going to kick. Dude, I made a YouTube video, like a prediction YouTube video on who's going to win. So I'm like laying on my side the whole 4 rounds. 5th round, I think Izzy like falls backwards and rolls, and then Alex Pereira just jumps on him. Dude, I stood up. I went crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared for him. I thought Pereira was gonna lose, but
he's so big, and Izzy's a big guy too.
Yeah, Izzy's big. Izzy's not a small dude, man. Mm-hmm. So when he's standing next to Pereira makes him look small. It's just his body composition. He just has muscles in the right spots. He has a big head. Big hands, big feet, and he's just a big dude. He's just solid. Yeah. Just a solid dude.
I mean, is anybody a good wrestler? That's the thing that they're saying, like, Hamzat Chimaev comes in and is like, hey, I want that fight. And he's like, I'll fight you at 205. He's like, why would I fight you at 205? I want the 185 strap. You know what I mean?
So Chimaev, I think Chimaev, see, this is the thing a lot of people don't know. They're pros, so I guess they know this, but I think they underestimate Pereira because if he can't wrestle, I think guys like that, just like Izzy can't wrestle either, but Izzy was one of the hardest guys to take down.
Right, yeah.
So I think all he just has to work on is just take down defense, because if you're that good at striking, you don't need to know how to wrestle. Just don't let him take you down.
Right, but what was crazy about that fight is Izzy was able to pretty much take down, which is funny because you never see him shooting takedowns, but he was
and that's another thing I predicted. I said this. I was like, dude, the only way Izzy's going to have an advantage, a true advantage, is if he takes him down. Because I've seen guys take down Pereira, and he sucks on the ground, dude. He turns into a baby on the ground. He gets weak. He starts balling up. He's just a different person on the ground, which I understand. He's a pure striker, comes from kickboxing. But I just think he needs to work on his takedown defense. Yeah, just don't let him take you down. Izzy is very successful, not from wrestling people, but from not being taken down. I think he got taken down one time over like 20 fights, and everybody was like, oh, my God, somebody took him down.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get taken down.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting to see like the dynamics. It's like, okay, Robert Whitaker fights Izzy wins. Robert Whitaker, does he beat? It's just
Izzy beat Robert Whitaker twice. And I watched an interview, and Robert Whitaker kind of said, he said it verbatim, that Pereira's a better fight for him than Izzy.
Yeah, which
I don't agree with. I'm like, how can you say that? One guy beat you twice, and then the guy that beat him 3 times. You're at a deficit here, dude, before you even get in the cage.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But he's saying it's because of the wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Alex Pereira standing next to Robert Whitaker is like David and Goliath, dude. I don't think he's going to be able to hang with
Either way, people will tune in.
Oh, yeah.
People will tune in. We got to see.
I think the only person that is a good fight for Pereira, he's not even in the middleweight division, and it's Chimaev. I think Chimaev, because he's tough enough, you know. He'll take the hits, you know. He'll get out there. He's not scared to throw down with him. I know that. So, and I don't even think it'll turn into a wrestling match. I think they'll end up standing up the whole time, just slugging it out.
It'd be cool to watch.
Yeah, that'll be great to watch.
But also seeing Chimaev next to, just like the size difference, there's still going to be a size difference.
No, anybody next to Pereira is going to be a size difference, you know. Izzy, there's a size difference with everybody next to Izzy, but when you're in the cage, Izzy masked it good, because you got to understand, Izzy fights low. He bends his knees. So you don't really can't tell how big he is.
True, yeah.
Until he stands up next to you in regular clothes. You're like, okay, that's a big dude.
Yeah. Pereira
stands straight up. So you can see how big he is. He stands over guys, which he fights like that. It's an advantage for him. But, yeah, it's going to be a size difference with anybody who he fights. You know, weight, like stature and height-wise, dude. He's just a big dude, man.
Yeah.
In that middleweight division, yeah.
You had mentioned something about the Contender Series, earlier. Did you watch some of the season, see Bo Nickel or anything? The collegiate wrestler, like highly decorated, but he was like, he got his contract after fighting a couple times. But even him, like someone of that caliber, I don't know. It's hard to say, but he was calling out everybody. And then also like the 17.
Are you talking about the new kid?
Well, there's the 17-year-old kid. Have you seen that?
I heard him. He was calling out people.
He's calling out everybody too.
Yeah, I think he should slow down, man.
Yeah. I know he trains out at 10th Planet. Is that Las Vegas? But there's a couple of people that I follow out there. But they've been hyping this kid up. I mean, he's 17 years old. I'm like, okay, he's 17.
I mean, you have to do that. He's 17, so that's like a phenomenon in the UFC. You gotta look at him and wonder what he's gonna do. He's 17, so you gotta say, okay, this kid's probably really good. But I wouldn't start putting him in the ranks with man. Not yet, man. Let him get hit in the face one time.
Yeah, I'm pulling up Andy Varela. So he's someone I follow. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt out of 10th Planet. Very, very highly skilled. Yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. But yeah, he's going to be making his debut, and I'm excited to watch that. But yeah, he turned 18 years old a little bit after he got signed, and it's crazy.
Yeah. So the guy I actually know. Well, I don't know him personally, but the guy he fought, I know some people who know him. Guy he fought in the Contender Series.
Yeah, which I think he was a wrestler. Was his base, yeah.
Yeah, pure wrestler. And so I tuned in. I watched it. That kid, that 17-year-old kid, he's talented. But when he was like, oh, I can beat anybody in the UFC or something like that, I was like, dude, your testosterone's through the roof right now. Adrenaline's going. Just calm down. Wait till the ride home. You'll think differently in the ride after the ride home, dude. Yeah, I don't think he's ready for that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the UFC will give him some fights. Let him get his feet wet. Let him turn 20 years old.
Definitely give him some fights. Let him get his feet wet. What weight class is he in?
I think 135. So that's Aljamain Sterling.
He's a Bantam.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fighting with O'Malley and all them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, he should calm down.
Yeah, well, that's Aljamain Sterling, is the current champion there, and his base is wrestling, and I mean, he was calling him out, and I know Aljamain kind of did something like, "Whoa, slow down."
He called Sterling out.
Yeah, he called out everybody.
God, yeah, he should stop. Yeah, I mean that's good. The confidence is dope because if he goes in there and he hurts him, then hey, man.
His mindset. He's worked on it.
I mean, right? you want that. You want that mindset, so you can't knock him for that. But realistic-wise, yeah, I mean, we'll see. You never know. He could be he could just go in there smashing dudes, man. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in jiu-jitsu, you'll see there's kids that are green belts, and they've probably been training for 10, 12 years, but they're like 14, 15 years old, and you'll see them tap grown men.
Bro, it happens, dude. I've seen white. I mean, in training jiu-jitsu, I've seen white belts go in and tap purple belts and blue belts, and or black belts. I've seen a white belt tap a black belt out because he had a good day. He was feeling good that day. The black belt wasn't feeling that good that day. He caught him slipping. Was patient, tapped him out. So it happens. That's what I love about fighting. You never know. You never know. Anything can happen. So, yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk about one more thing, and then I kind of want to review some things.
What?
But how do you handle walking into a fight? Like I know we talk about I guess the adrenaline, the cage door. Like you had that experience. Maybe experience this some more. I can't even. Obviously, I've never done it, and a lot of the people listening probably never have.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe that?
So for my first fight, this was going through my head when I was walking to an entrance. It's like it reminded me of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, when you were a kid, you watch the WWE, they come out to their song. That's what I felt like. I felt like a wrestler. Anyway, I was walking out to my song, came out, and the whole time I'm walking to the cage, my mind kind of goes blank. And it's just my first fight, so I don't know if this will change. But I go blank.
Yeah.
And I kind of just zone in on him, you know, and I was like, okay, I'm about to fight. Walk to the cage. They check your cup, you get in the cage, and when they close the door, you get like a mindset shift. I don't know about anybody else, but it was me. My adrenaline just shot up, and I was thinking, okay, I got to kill this dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the only way I'm getting out here. Either I kill him or
it's me or him.
Yeah, it's me or him, you know? So you kind of get like this warrior mind going on. You have to, you know? So you got to like psych yourself out, you know? Just zone out everything else, you know? Tune out everything else. Don't listen to the crowd or your coaches while they're yelling at you before the fight. But it's a definitely an adrenaline rush, man. It's so much, literally, after the fight. You ever heard of adrenaline dump?
Oh, yeah.
Mine was severe.
Yeah.
Guardy. So when I got to the locker room, I was like zoned out after the fight. Mind you, I barely got hit. I didn't even get hit that much in that fight, so I wasn't hurt. I like zoned out. I walked down the stairs, kind of rushed to the locker room, and just fell on the floor. And I'm leaned up against the wall. The doctor comes in there. He's like, Keith, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. He's like, dude, we got to check. He's putting a light in my face and checking my eyes. And can you see my finger, how many fingers I got up? I was like, Doc, I am fine. I started getting irritated. He's like, no, we got to make sure you don't have a concussion. I was like, Doc. My coach was like, Doc, he's fine. He's okay. I was like, dude, I'm about to punch you, dude. Yeah, but I just had a dump and I almost like passed out on the floor. So I'm like just laying on the floor, kind of like almost want to fall asleep.
Right.
You know, but yeah, that adrenaline dump is no joke, dude.
Yeah.
It's no joke. Yeah, it sucks. I felt nauseous, dizzy, all that stuff.
Yeah, I've done I think 3 jiu-jitsu competitions, and that's closer. Like the first one that I was doing, my teammate went right before in another match, obviously, and then he came out and just had that adrenaline dump, and I was like, what did I get myself into? But yeah, whenever you're out there, it was just. But I told my family, I was like, I don't want y'all there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling anybody about this because it's just I don't know. I'm not prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want anybody to see me. It's like, yeah, my teammates and if random people are there, but it's just like, I think more, I was like, I don't want to get whooped in front of my kids, my family, like everybody. What happens? Like, what's the worst that could happen? I was like, I'm not even telling anyone.
Yeah, but it's not as much as you think. Like it's not that bad. Like, cause when it's over, you're like, oh, that wasn't even that bad.
Right.
You know, cause it goes by fast, dude. And when you're done, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. I could do that again. You know,
Yeah.
let's go again.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
then so like the next tournament, and then it's like kind of eased into it. It's like, okay, I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know, and you handle it better. And again, it's up here. A lot of it. Why didn't I want my kids there? Why don't I want my family there? That's all up here. You know why? And then your brain like freaking out, like, what's going on? I'm in a fight. You know, I'm not you know, it's jiu-jitsu or whatever. But it's like the more that you've done it, you ease into it, I guess.
Yeah, and I think the adrenaline calms down too the more you do it. Cause like I said, my fight, dude, I got hurt. Like I broke my finger, as you can see. I cut my toe open. I had like a big gash that was bleeding profusely for like a week. But in the fight, that all happened in the fight, but I didn't feel any of it.
Yeah.
Because my adrenaline was so high. I didn't feel that stuff until the ride home. Stuff just started coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, just ow.
Little
ow.
things.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, what happened there? My teammate's like, dude, you don't know. Remember you broke your finger? I was like, what? Yeah, because I didn't feel it, at all. Yeah.
That adrenaline.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking to KD. Got the real KD here in studio. So that's at Just Take the Fight. Hey, remind everybody. I know you mentioned that discount code. How can they follow your brand?
Yeah, so you can follow my brand on Instagram at Just Take the Fight. That's at Just Take the Fight. The link is in the bio for the website, but the website is justtakethefight.com. We do have a 20% discount right now. You can use the code GIFT21. It's GIFT 21. and I believe that code is good until this Saturday. Okay, so you can get 20% off your whole order. We do ship worldwide, so if you're in another country and you hear or see this, we'll definitely ship out to you as well. So I wouldn't worry about that either.
Awesome. I appreciate you making the time and hanging out today.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And then I'll be on the lookout. So February, you're going to be back in the cage.
February 18th is the next fight. That's if you guys want to attend. That's actually going to be at Lee College. Where is Lee? Baytown, right?
Baytown.
Yeah, Lee College, February 18th. I believe that's a Saturday. That weekend is actually a 3-day event. So it's going to be some other stuff, too. It's going to be a car show that weekend. So it's going to be a lot of people over in Baytown that weekend. So it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah,
awesome.
I definitely recommend you guys come out and watch. Yeah.
Thank you again for hanging out today. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
This is KHEA Radio 99.